Commissioner Kochmeyer here.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good evening.
Good evening, Judge Clark.
Just waiting on, I believe, a couple more commissioners, Commissioner and Chairman.
Okay.
And then we'll get started. Do I have a court reporter tonight?
Good evening, Judge. My name is Darlene Foots. I will be your court reporter this evening.
Thank you very much, Ms. Foots. I appreciate it. And we'll start in just a minute. I'm going to give just a little bit more time. I know some of the commissioners wanted to attend tonight's hearing. I see that the chairman is on.
Good evening, Judge.
Good evening, Chairman Sylvie. How are you?
I am great, thank you.
Commissioner Coleman is calling in. She'll be on in a moment.
Okay, I just saw her name pop up, so thank you very much.
She's faster than I am, apparently.
Well, let's go on the
Judges,
record.
this is Judges, Commissioner Kochmeyer. I appreciate you waiting a little bit. I had trouble getting on last night, and by the time I got on, it was winding down. So thanks for waiting.
Well, I apologize for last night, but we're very happy to have you tonight. Okay, let's go on the record. Good evening. Today is November 18 of 2021, and the current time is 6:59 p.m. The Missouri Public Service Commission has set aside this time for a local public hearing in case number ER-2021-0312, which is a general rate case captioned as in the matter of the request of the Empire District Electric Company doing business as Liberty for authority to file tariffs increasing rates for electric service provided to its customers in its Missouri service area. Now, you just had the question and answer portion of the local public hearing. The part we have right now is the formal part of the hearing, and this is to give the public an opportunity to comment directly to the commission about Liberty's request to adjust its rates. Now, I'm going to ask that when you're not speaking or offering comments to the commission that you please mute yourself. It reduces noise levels and reduces feedback. If you are attending this hearing via WebEx, you can unmute yourself by clicking on the microphone when it's time. And if you're attending this hearing by telephone, you can unmute yourself by pressing *6. Now, the Missouri Public Service Commission regulates the rates charged by investor-owned utilities in Missouri to ensure that those rates are just and reasonable. The commission also regulates the quality of service and the safety of operations of public utilities. Now, the commissioner accomplishes this by hiring a staff of engineers, accountants, attorneys, financial analysts, and other specialists in the area of utility regulation. Commission is made up or composed of 5 commissioners, and those commissioners are appointed by the governor to a fixed term and confirmed by the Senate. Those commissioners are Chairman Ryan Sylvie, and Commissioners Scott Roop, Maida Coleman, Jason Holzman, and Glenn Kochmeyer. Chairman Sylvie, Commissioners Coleman and Kochmeyer are at the hearing tonight to listen to your comments. My name is John Clark. I'm the regulatory law judge that will preside over the hearing this evening. Now, because this is an official hearing of the Missouri Public Service Commission, the statements and comments given tonight by public witnesses will be recorded by the court reporter and must be given under oath or affirmation. At this time, I'd ask if Chairman Sylvie would like to make any welcoming remarks from the commission.
Thank you, Judge. I would like to thank everyone for their participation tonight. These processes for rate cases are long, and this is really the only opportunity we get to hear directly from ratepayers. So your input is appreciated, and thank you for taking the time to participate. Thank you, Judge, for the ability to make comments, and I will speak up if I have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. And if any commissioner has any questions after witnesses offered their comments, feel free to just go ahead and ask those questions. I'm not going to ask the commission if they have any questions. Likewise, if I have any questions after a witness has given their comments to the commission, I'll ask those questions myself. At this time, I'm going to ask the parties to enter their appearances for the record, starting with the Empire District Electric Company doing business as Liberty.
Good evening. This is Diana Carter for the Empire District Electric Company.
Thank you, Ms. Carter. For the commission staff,
Good evening. This is Jamie Myers on behalf of the staff of the Missouri Public Service Commission. My address is 200 Madison Street, Jefferson City, Missouri, 65102.
thank you, Ms. Myers. And from the Office of Public Counsel,
Nathan Williams, appearing on behalf of the Office of Public Counsel.
thank you, Mr. Williams. Now, there are a number of interveners who intervene in this case. Are there any interveners counsel present at tonight's hearing? Okay, I hear none. Now, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to call on the people who pre-registered to offer comments, and after that, I'll allow an opportunity for anybody else who would like to offer a comment to the commission. Now, if I call your name, please go ahead and unmute yourself, either by clicking your microphone if you're on video or by pressing *6. I'll then place you under oath and ask you to state and spell your name, and then you can make your comments to the commission. Now, I am going to say that the commissioners will not be able to answer any of your questions today, and that's because they have to remain impartial until after all the evidence is presented at the evidentiary hearing. That's one of the reasons that they couldn't sit in on the question and answer portion of the hearing, and neither can I. Now, the commission has not made any decisions in this case, and the commission is interested in hearing your comments, and will use them in conjunction with the evidence the parties present in making their decision. I'm going to call the first witness who signed up for this hearing, and that is Richard Hatfield. Is Mr. Hatfield present this evening? Mr. Hatfield. Now, I will say Mr. Hatfield had signed up for last night's hearing and had not appeared. He is the only name I have at this time signed up for this hearing, which was originally scheduled as kind of an overflow hearing. Now, is there anybody else who would like to offer testimony today? This is the last of 3 local public hearings on this rate case. The commission will have an opportunity to read the transcripts of comments from all 3 hearings and the submitted written comments. But this is really your only opportunity to tell the commission with your own voice your thoughts about Liberty's request. So I'm going to ask again at this time, is there anybody who would like to offer comments to the commission about Liberty's requested rate adjustment?
Excuse me. My name is Devin Keeling. I live in Carterville, Missouri. I don't know if you need my exact address or not.
No, I do not, and I do not want it. It is personal information of ratepayers is confidential under commission rules. What I'm going to ask you to do is, would you state your name again, please?
Devin Keeling.
Mr. Keeling, would you raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, would you please state and spell your name for the court reporter?
My name is Devin, D-E-V-I-N, Keeling, K-E-E-L-I-N-G.
And Mr. Keeling, what would you like to tell the commission this evening?
I'd just like to tell the commission that I've never participated in a rate increase hearing thing. I'm currently I'm a recently new homeowner. And so I don't talk to the Liberty Utilities representative a little bit ago in the question and answer part of this, and I just still having a hard time wrapping my head around why the rate increase is needed for recuperating costs. I am a mechanic, so I kind of understand that maintenance costs of things and change, but I don't have a MBA or anything fancy like that. I do kind of have the mindset of you don't spend money you don't have. So if they've spent money that they can afford to spend, why do they have to recoup costs or increase costs without major improvement to the system, if that makes sense? I mean, those costs should already be covered by your, you don't spend money before you have it. So I just don't understand the purpose of the rate increase, I guess, is the simplest way to put that.
Okay, I follow what you were saying, Mr. Keeling. Is there anything, I understood the comment about not spending money you don't have. Is there anything in particular about this that you wanted to tell me about outside of that?
No, sir. This kind of a learning experience for me. So I'm just trying to get my opinion out there, and opinions are like eyebrows. Everybody's got two.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Let me ask you a question. Have you had any experience with Liberty's customer service?
Very little. I manage most of my bill paying as I do through their over the phone service, the automatic service. I've never really had a huge issue with their service that they provide. I look at my bill and it's Greek to me, but I'm sure it makes sense to somebody.
Okay, you had an opportunity to ask some of the parties about the proposed rate increase tonight, and that involves some of your questions. If you have questions about your individual bill, you might consider contacting Empire's customer service number. And I would be happy to give that to you if you would like. Likewise, if you have questions about how Liberty does its billing, you're welcome to call the Public Service Commission Consumer Services, and I have that number also if you would like. Would you be interested in having either of those numbers?
Sure. I have Liberty's customer service representative number on the bill, but let me grab a pen real quick and I will write down the consumer services one.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right, great. I'm going to go ahead and say Empire's customer service number in case anybody else that's attending the hearing wants it. It's 1-833-408-2712. And the Public Service Commission Consumer Services number is 1-800-392-4211.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Keeling. Do you have anything else you want to tell the commission this evening?
No, sir, not that I can think of.
Okay, well, we greatly appreciate your input. Thank you for taking the time to appear at this hearing.
Thank you.
And you're excused. Is there anybody else who would like to offer comments to the commission at this time?
By comments, is this a good time to object to the rate increase?
Well, this isn't that kind of hearing where you can offer a formal objection, but if you wish to express that you don't think that it should occur or that you object to it personally, I think it's a fine time to do that. Can I get your name, please?
It's Jason, Jason, Patron, Patrum.
Patrum?
Sorry.
RUM. I apologize. Mr. Patron, would you raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give this evening is the truth?
I do.
And you've already stated and spelled your first and last name, so what would you like to tell the commission this evening?
I would like to tell the commission that I really, while I personally can afford a rate increase and can see maybe how it's helpful for Liberty to do this, I honestly believe, though, this is probably the worst time to do it. I think maybe we need to sit on this for a little while, and maybe when the economy gets a little better, then we start thinking about recouping our money. I know we can't take losses forever, but maybe a year and a half, maybe till next election. I'm just speaking for people I know that are not as off as well as I am, that can't afford this, and then it's going to be coming down to what kind of groceries they buy, or paying their electric bill. So I officially would like to object to this rate increase.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tratrum. I don't have any questions regarding your comments. Did you, and I understand that you said you think you understand it, but you think that this is a bad time and maybe a year from now.
Correct. I mean, I just think at this current time, with the economy going the way it is, this is probably not the best time to be asking for a rate increase.
Okay, well, Mr. Patron, the commission thanks you for your comments and your participation tonight. Is there anybody else who would like to offer comments to the commission? As I said before, this is the last of 3 hearings, so this will be the last opportunity for the public to offer comments in person and live. You're still welcome to offer written comments, and I'll tell you how to do that at the end of the hearing. So I'll ask one more time, is there anybody who would like to offer testimony this evening?
If it's not out of line, I would have to agree with Mr. Jason.
And those comments are from Mr. Keeling, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you again for supplementing your comments. I appreciate it. Anybody else like to offer comments? All right. Are there any closing remarks from the commission? All right, I'd like to thank you all for your participation here today and the testimony that's been offered. As I said before, it seemed like I don't know what happened during the question and answer session, but this seemed to run the longest of the 3. So it seems like there may have been some lively discussion. I hope you were able to get your questions answered. If you have additional comments that you would like to make from the 2 people who commented here, or if someone you know was not present and would like to offer comments later, or even you yourself later on say, hey, I really wish I'd said this to the commission, but I didn't get an opportunity to, you can make written comments by contacting the email address pscinfo, which stands for Public Service Commission info @psc.mo.gov, or by contacting the Office of the Public Counsel, or by going to the PSC's webpage, and there's a spot there for you to offer comments. Just be sure if you're offering comments through the webpage that you do include the appropriate case number, which is ER-2021-0312. I'd like to thank you all for coming out today to find out about this rate increase and to offer your comments to the commission. This hearing is now adjourned and will go off the record.